getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. But I like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Now see you. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. But I like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Now see you. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 The love is get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. Die like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. But I like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Now see you. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. But I like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Now see you. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. But I like that back. Heavy blue check. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Get over. Now see you. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 Get over. Get over. Get it, let's go. Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àjí ọmọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kọ ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan ọmọ Adéyẹmọ. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù gbó lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn ọ́ torí pé bùrà àpèlè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lè dá nǹkan ìlà wúrà tó máa dán àlànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì bá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè débi re. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọgbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ Àtàpẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ jẹjẹrẹ wodò sànyà ìsànyà òrèràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra mọ́ rọra. Ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sọ́ràn ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho kíkan pọ́pọ́ sí. Amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò rọrọ̀ ọgbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé gbàràmùjẹ́ ọmọ onílé àlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ṣègé bomi kó sí mú wọn láwọn ní bomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ pé ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mú wọn sì bomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé fi ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírẹ̀lẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta òṣègbè fún wọn o. Ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kù díẹ̀ tí tọ́ domi láéláé tọ́ mi lè Impediment to Yoruba development is impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end. If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that psychological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date, and what I'm telling you, Nigeria will be destroyed beyond.
Hello. And Mrs. Carol Smith, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
May I say how delighted we are to be on Passion. We've looked forward to speaking to an African television station for decades. This is something we have looked forward to for such a long time, and we are so happy to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Aaron Smith was a young, bright, and principled Oxford University graduate who was recruited by the Colonial Office and posted to Nigeria. He took his final examination a year ahead of his class. He also married Mrs. Carol Smith, whom he met while they were both at Oxford University. Together they went to Nigeria, where they had their 2 children. Mr. Aaron Smith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4, titled Document, and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson. You are alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct?
Yes.
How long were you in Nigeria for?
From 1955 to 1960. And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics and international reports, and was kept pretty busy. I was also stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well. And I also devised a port labour scheme and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme, as I said, called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book.
I was going to ask you what your role is. You've mentioned 3 important. Is there any particular name given to your office while you were there?
I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant. I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for 2 tours of duty. Although, because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my 2 tours. And I was offered very...
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Okay. How will the government just say, oh, it is a revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is by 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà níṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yìí o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yìí o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délé lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Well, and welcome back again to the late night conversation. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí níbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. Níbi tí a ti ń mú ètò wá fún yín, níbi tí ẹ̀yin wà, níbi táwa wà. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé a kúrọ̀lẹ́ ní aago 10:00. Depending on the network you're watching, the BBC 10 o'clock news is going on. The Channel's news is going on. And likewise, the Koiki Media is live as well. Good evening to those of you on our TikTok. Also our network on the Instagram. We're live as well on the Twitter. We're live on the backup YouTube. We might bring that down probably in the next 5 minutes. It's just to keep it going, Koiki Media, because there's a lot of strain on the network, as I can see that already. It might be going in and out because it's not giving me the full green. Moki we're indebted lórí Koiki Media, Moki intewa lórí Mix LR, Mudeki Bubu Amonyowa, Moki Obeledumare tí ó ń fún wa ní àlàáfíà tí a fi ń ṣe ètò náà. Moki ọmọdé, Moki àgbàlagbà, Moki bàbá wa Professor Adebanji Akitoye, bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń kí bàbá wa Chief Banji Ilogi. Gbogbo ẹni tí kò bá mọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ kan wà tó ń pè ní ẹgbẹ́ tó kó gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ jọ, a dúpẹ́ fún àwọn tí wọ́n gbìyànjú pé kí irú organization náà kó wá níbi tí a ti ń ṣètò Yorùbá Nation. Ẹgbẹ́ náà ló ń pè ní the YSDM. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín tí ẹ bá mọ̀ bí tí YSDM wà, bí ẹ bá ti lọ sórí www.ysdm.org. Níbẹ̀ ẹ rí gbogbo information tí ẹ bá ti register ìyẹn ẹgbẹ́ tẹ́ bá ní, bó bá jẹ́ orí WhatsApp group nìkan lẹ ti ń operate, a rọ̀ yín pé kí ẹ lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìyẹn YSDM, nítorí pé it is the only organization that is pulled together about 72 different groups tó fi di odindi. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà lábẹ́ ètò Global Directorate, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ń kí all other organizations that are working for the quest towards the Yoruba Nation campaign tí à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí Ọba Elédùmarè tí ó ní wá tó dá wa, nítorí pé gbogbo tí à ń rí tó ń lọ lọ́tùn lósì ní gbogbo Áfíríkà àtẹ̀lé táwa náà ń ṣe, it shows that we are all tired, you know, àti wà nínú mental slavery, àti fi ìlú òyìnbó àti sọ the gold. If we don't get to UK, we don't survive. If we don't get to America, it seems that we cannot survive. And you know, all that is a lie, because eventually everybody knows that the only option is pé kí olúkálùkù ní freedom tiẹ̀ bí Elédùmarè ṣe dá wa. You know, when you go back to the history, that is why I show you lórí platform kankan, you might not be able to see the full screen, but I'll do what I call analysis around the picture. Tí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń wo àwòrán tí mo fi síwájú wa nísìn, these are all the countries tí Britain colonized for more than 200 years. Nigeria got their independence in 1960. I will see if I can do justice by giving you some of the names, off head. But the British Empire, you know, for a very long time, they were dominant around the world. Latin, Pakistan, the Indian, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, even America got their independence from the UK, you know, during the empire in 1776. I will see if I can go on the Google and look at the names. But looking at this map, you know, I've always been looking for this map, but when I was doing my cleaning up of my system, you know, this map came back again. So go back on pictures then, these are all the countries that the, you know, UK colonized for a very, very long time. I think that are working round the clock láti make sure pé ìran Yorùbá bọ́ nínú wàhálà tí a wà nínú ẹ̀. A wà nínú serious wàhálà, especially with all the coup that is happening around different parts of the world. We should be concerned because especially Nigeria is now the chairman of ECOWAS. Nigerian government is giving ultimatum to Niger. I've been listening to some individuals, you know, and we don't want a situation where our Yoruba mawade ibiti Ọlọ́run ma di pé amama ni àbámọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa jẹ́ ká kọ́ kí gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà, like I said, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí the backup YouTube, Thank you so much. But migrate para sorry Koiki Media because we're gonna turn down that in just about a few minutes. I will run it again, but later on Tabak Party program, this clip will be uploaded on the backup YouTube. So we appreciate those of you that have joined us on the backup. It shows that some of you are aware that we have a backup YouTube channel. Facebook is really giving us a lot of stress, but we come back to that. Moki Bubeyi, Yalal Barika, Moki Olori Eko, Moki Mrs. Janet Fashaki, Yajagun, Moki, Comrade Sholako Bodoku, Bugbo and Wegbe, Towani, Bugbo different platforms, see Bugbo Yinche, so much work that we cannot, say more than thank you so much for working tirelessly towards this, movement. Siagbedani is a movement. Some of you see a few we are not going to be arguing with you because there's of no point arguing with you. All we can say is that America got their independence, whether by fighting, whether by diplomacy, but at some point, the US eventually got their independence out of the Great Britain that we know. Once again, if you're watching now on the backup YouTube, we advise you to now start moving into the main YouTube channel because we will shut down these so that we can have a stable network. I'm running multiple devices and sometimes there could be strain on the platform. We have about 2 hours maximum on this program tonight, or there are about 3 hours maximum. So thank you so much. Let's now go to the channel on the other side. Moki gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí níbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi tí ẹ ti ń wò wá.